Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this fabulous Friday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life is awesome. Anyway, let's get right to it, man. You saw, before we do, guys, I've been laying off the kettlebells and going exclusively with SFE. Guys, it's on the website. Get it. You're leaving notes on the floor if you're not using it. Great for the compression, and you have it everywhere. Guys, I do them as I am right now. When I'm waiting in line at the bank, when I'm waiting in line at the grocery store. It's wonderful. You can bring them to Carnegie Hall instead of bringing a kettlebell. All right. Anyway, where were we? Wonderful Warren VACHE. A little bit different today. We're going to take a step back. We're going to lay down our sword and dagger, but you can still get a lot from Warren VACHE. One of Jerry's guys. One of the first people. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, let me honk, and we'll take it from there. Life's good, man. Anyway, life's good. So anyway, Warren VACHE, let me explain. First of all, one of the first people ever that I met when I moved to New York. I met some guys at school and all this sort of stuff, and I had met Jerry beforehand. So when I got to New York, one of the first things I did was go over to Jerry's place. Now, for Terry Surgely, Joe Avella, all you guys from way back, he was still above the pizza place, fifth floor, I believe. So you go up this rickety elevator, and you think, am I ever going to make it? Maybe I should just take the stairs for now. It seems a little safer. But about the second floor, third floor, you start hearing some great trumpet playing. And this is, now I've met Jerry before this, and I've studied with him. And man, somebody's killing it. Somebody's killing it. I mean, high G's as big as a house, and I'm standing outside the door. And I said, geez, that's great, but it's not Jerry. That's not his sound. So I walk in, sure enough, it's Warren VACHE. Ralph, this is Warren VACHE. Warren, this is Ralph. He's Vacchiano's nephew, studying at the Madison College of Music. We're expecting great things from him. And Warren VACHE studied with him for quite a bit. And Warren VACHE was at all the brass conference scholarships and all this. Then come over and spend time at the booth. So I got to know him quite well. Not like we're big buddies. Not like we keep in touch. But yeah, hey Warren, how you doing? Hey Ralph, what's going on? What's going on about, very nice guy. Anyway, and I hear these high G's that sound like freaking Maynard. He's got this little cornet. Now remember, this is long before Jerry really got into the tongue stuff, okay? But I'm leaving a link down below that Randall Smith sent me. And again, keep that stuff coming, guys. I love it. But he studied with Jerry for quite a while. And you're going to hear this. Now, this is very, very much like Clark Terry. And if it was, in what I'm about to say, the approach. And if you are going to put it in Mel Broyles terms, he's laying down his sword and dagger. Now, I'm telling you, the high G's, he could play the lead with anybody on a cornet. Now, he wouldn't play it on a cornet, but he could. The sound he was getting was extraordinary. And this is before all the tone, but you're going to hear it. Now, if you look at the very beginning, his tongue is right there. He sets up with the tongue. You might have to slow it down. You might have to stop it. But it's right there. Now, the first couple notes he plays are very smoky and hazy and fuzzy. As you'll hear in a minute, if you follow the whole thing, it's just jazz effects that he is doing. Now, after he gets cooking a little bit and he starts with these lines, you hear the notes pop. There's no question about it. You hear the notes pop. And it is... he also gets that phenomenon, and that's the only way I know how to put it, is it sounds like he's tonguing even when he's slurring. The notes lock in so, and the pump, pop, and the compression. Most great players, most great guys with great chops have that, and he does have great chops. Okay, not in the Maynard sense, okay? Probably not a double C guy, but I'm telling you, the little bit that I know, he didn't care two craps about that. He's a jazz guy through and through, and he didn't care. But you notice you're going to get a cadenza at the end where he's playing E flats and E's and all this, centered and pure. Also, the endurance is very Clifford Brownish, just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Okay, I mean it's incredible endurance, but the pop and the center of tone, he's not losing anything in the center of tone. And as I make all my comparisons with the great players, he would sound great on that, on a cornet. And also, if you look closely when they have the chops, that's one of Jerry's mouthpieces. I'm not sure which one it is. Could be anything. I'm not sure exactly what year this is. Okay, but Warren VACHE. Now, I'm going to compare this to Clark Terry. Clark Terry, I mean, superb. But if he had a double C, no, he would not be Doc Severinsen. He would not do a Maynard gig. That's not what he's all about. But like Warren VACHE is doing here, if he just had that extra fifth that he could get to quite easily, I mean, the lines that you would get from Clark Terry, again, range comes in many different shapes and colors, okay? But what you would hear in Warren VACHE, again, they're not playing the same style and all this sort of stuff, but also his technique below low C, very, very impressive. That means relaxed corners, and you can definitely see it from some of the side shots. Relaxed corners, and back then, back in the early 70s, it was all about the bottom lip. And you see Warren VACHE just locking the bottom lip up there. Now, over the years, we have added the tongue to compress the bottom lip even more. That is so strong, as opposed to no tongue. That just lends itself to tension down the road. Okay, so check out the clip. I enjoyed it very much. It's again, it's not my cup of tea when I think of trumpet players, but we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from this clip. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on my... Oh, I'm doing all weekend, I'm doing a lot of work on the website, okay? I'm hoping, and I've said this before, I'm hoping every single one of my 30-plus books, trumpet or otherwise, will be up there this weekend, and I'm definitely doing this as soon as I get the video up. And they're all $10. And somebody asked me this weekend, I'd like to buy some of your books. What do you think is the best book to start? Okay, True Power to the Max was one of my first books, and Jerry loved that book. He said I should charge $2,000 for it, and it should be in every music library in the world. He said he thought it was the best book ever written on trumpet and brass. And he had written several himself. Okay, so start there. But guys, all of them are chock full. Whether they're the cover story is necessarily a cup of tea, it's chock full of all things True Power Jerry, and all that sort of stuff. And it's a treasure trove, a treasure trove of what we're doing, chops. All right. Have a great weekend. Love you all.